As we viewed the Katy Independent School District video and how they used Cisco solutions to come to their students bringing their own device online, I would like to recommend a possible implementation rollout to introduce this same bring your own device, aka technology, for students at Summit Academy buildings. Some timelines I would like to recommend is to create a survey for students and parents the week before school starts. Then hand out the survey to students and parents to be completed the first week of school. As they turn them in, I'd like to have the IT team to review the survey responses the second week of school, and then have them research the results, and then they will test the current school network or Wi-Fi hotspots within the first 30 days after that. Then I would have the IT team the results tabulated and recommendations of what network can currently provide the mobile devices in the next 30 to 45 days. Then I would have the IT team then to recommend what is needed for growth, to add the additional mobile devices onto the school network and or additional hot Wi-Fi spots that would be needed. Now, on the short term, for the first 3 months, we could add additional Wi-Fi hotspots. And also for the long term, we might have to consider what the bandwidth is, and that might take 1 to 3 years depending on the infrastructure. Now, the IT team will contact appropriate school personnel to research any additional funding resources and grants that Summit can apply for, and then what time frame and deadlines are to be met. I gave a recommendation of maybe a 1 to 3 month window for that. Now, based on the network and the Wi-Fi hotspot strength, I would suggest a pilot to have grades 5, 6, and 7 start for the first semester, and then grades 3 and 4 for the second semester based on the school enrollment at the end of the 2015 and 16 school year. Now, IT support and help desk will need to record all the trouble calls and document it in a weekly report to their IT manager and then each building principal. And then the principals then will be able to verify, what are some problems or some strengths and weaknesses along the way. Then the IT manager would tabulate the weekly IT support and help desk report to a monthly report and provide feedback to building principals, corporate management, and prepare for the school board report on the status of the bring your own device being used on the school network on a monthly basis. So some part of the evaluation of why is we're trying to offer students more access time to complete assignments using 21st century skills with technology, using and learning various mobile devices. This helps them to prepare for the world. This will also allow teachers to create more of an interactive classroom lessons using the 21st century technology skills. Now, what is important is Summit Academy is then able to provide a more reliable and accessible Wi-Fi hotspot network for students to access using their own mobile device. Then students will be able to complete their assignments more quickly and may lead to possible reduction of costs for the school to replace outdated technology devices in the long term. Now, what are the key implementation factors that you want to measure? Well, for instance, I'm most concerned with how teachers will make use of the devices in the classrooms and what apps they're using, what types of projects they're assigning, and are you interested in the durability of the devices by measuring how often they're broken and how often students are without? That's important. We also would evaluate the surveys and IT weekly access reports that will be reviewed on how well the network is reliable and accessible for teachers and students to use when completing their lessons. Now, the cost involved will be determined after several months of network tests to determine the reliability and how students or staff are able to conduct their lessons. Now, this will be more specific and determined after monitoring the network for the first month of use. Now, this is very important of who of who we'll be servicing with. Now, the IT tech team are important stakeholders, as well as teachers, students, administrators, and parents. Now, the IT team will be the ones who will be conducting the evaluation with input from the teachers, administrators, and students. Now, how the costs are in relation to the benefits, especially in comparison to a control group if it exists. This is very, very more challenging right now because we're just trying to introduce the concept of the school board to possibly consider this option of allowing to bring your own device into Summit Academy schools. So the cost effectiveness will have to be further researched and given a apples to apples and orange to oranges comparison when we're able to find more information on the IT team's research. Now, the first phase of the pilot, I think, would be the first semester with the 5th, 6th, and 7th grade classrooms in 2016. Then the results will be reviewed to further determine if the network and the cost can continue in the school budget. Now, of course, this will all take place inside Summit Academy school buildings. So, I wanted to share this video. It's a couple years old, but keep in mind, what mobile device do you see in the future classroom? Will Summit Academy Future Classroom look like what you see in this video below? Take a look. As you can see by that video that was sponsored by the White House, you would consider that a lot of and that was made a couple years ago, you could see where the direction of mobile technology is going into and how it's really going to change the classroom. So Summit Academy really needs to start thinking their infrastructure relating to their network based on allowing mobile devices. Here is the resources of the video links appearing in order of the presentation that you see below. My challenge is to Summit Academy is they need to start allowing students to bring in mobile devices to utilize their lessons in the classroom, and it'll be closer to a one-to-one mobile device use rather than just having just enough computers for a group presentation on a group rotation. So I'd highly recommend that they consider the initiative, and hopefully we can get this started. Thank you for your time. I leave the floor now open to any questions and answers and discussions that you have.